All right, welcome back. Big Time Collectibles. I don't know if you guys have ordered from these guys before. I've done a fair amount. I like them. They got some cool stuff. Almost snafu free within reason. I think they package their stuff very well. They've got, like I said, some cool art, and you know, it's not for free, so you're paying for it. But I will tell you that I like them. This one here, I ordered in December 21st, 2022. Today is the 25th, I think, of May 23. So you know, 6 months. So I'll show you what it is before I get into, I think, what the reason was. You know, it's been so long that I forget if I have the story right. But I'm going to go with the story that I'm going to tell you, right or wrong. And not because I'm looking to give you incorrect information. It's because it's the only story I know. So, let's see if I'm right and that they continue to do a good job of packaging their books. There's a couple books in here that are slabs, or one slab. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. But what this is the Ghostlight. You guys probably remember I'm a Silver Surfer guy. I was pretty excited about Ghostlight when, you know, it was first announced. For those of you who are Silver Surfer aficionados, or just, you know the storylines and the character, you may remember in the first series, I think it might be Silver Surfer 5, but Al Harper saved the world. And so Al Harper was a great unsung hero. So not a superhero, a true hero. You know, a true American hero that died for the cause. And so I had personally just a lot of hope for this series, because Al Harper's, you know, he was just a cool character, just a great character. It was sad that he was a, you know, one and done character, but I think that's part of what made him great. But anyway, I think this Ghostlight so far is not meeting up to hopeful expectations. You know, sometimes a different writer, a different story arc can change that. So maybe the future will you know, be better. That's hope. But some cool artwork came out of it, which I liked. So again, this is one of the Big Time collectible boxes, which they don't fool around. You know, they do a nice job. So open this baby up. Little bubble wrap. Always nice. Scan me. Rockily doke. So what we've got here is Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1, Gabrielle Dell'Otto, Singapore exclusive Trade and Virgin set. Then we also have the Singapore exclusive again, but the Virgin 9.8. Ooh, sweet. And then I got a Ghostlight #1 Planet of the Apes version. I've already got a few of those because I was sick of waiting. And I got a Ghostlight #1, I'm going to say Cachetto variant. Hopefully I'm getting that name right. It could be Chiquetto. It's either Cachetto or Chiquetto. Either way, it's a cool name. Love it. And let's take a look-see. So I'm going to hide the big dogs first. Well, I think I'm going to. So here we go. Another box. A box within the box. Oh, okay. That's when you know you're serious about safety first, kids. That's when you know you're serious about making sure that what you send people arrives, you know, in the condition that you sent it in. There's no guarantees. You know, something could fall on it, a truck could run it over, but you got to do a good job. And so I think that arguably from any, whether it's eBay or Unknown Comics, who does a good job as well, some of the others that I've purchased from, I think Big Time does the best job when it comes to actually packaging. This is a Comic Shield box, which, you know, I save them just in case I ever need them again. It's a pretty slick box. I like it. Sturdy. All right, let's see what we got here. Free board. All right, so this is the Chiquero or Cachero, and again, the Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1, same book. So see if you like that cover. I will say I like it a lot. I don't like a lot of artists these days are kind of making the eyes of the Silver Surfer sort of like. Do you remember the Phantom, who was one of the original comic book characters, and a great one? I think it's Phantom. I don't know why I'm blank all of a sudden, but you know, and he was in the newspapers as well, the comic strips. Just a you know, cool character, and he had those eyes, you know, where it's kind of black around there. I don't hate it, but it makes him look like a phantom, like a ghost, you know. And I know this is a ghost light book, but the Silver Surfer isn't the ghost light, and so. But anyway, a lot of artists are doing it that way. Generally speaking, I don't hate it. It's just not my #1 desire. Both of these books are in nice shape, so that's good. So I like that. I've already, you know, read the stories, and I've already seen a lot. This this cover I like a lot. So I guess Marvel, you know, got the rights to, or maybe Disney or both, got the rights to the Planet of the Apes, and I just I don't know. Like when I looked at this cover, I was like, you know, I just really like that cover. I can't explain it, but it just sings cool. You know what I mean? It's just a really cool cover. You know, Galactus hanging out in the back, the Silver Surfer in kind of a different pose. I don't like the fact that he looks a little, I know metallic is probably, you know, on purpose, but it looks like kind of like instead of making, you know, something that's pliable, you know, for a body, something that's rigid for a body, if you know what I mean. But that's a minor complaint, and I don't like, I don't know if you can notice this, but on the Planet of the Apes characters, you can see like they've got like a line over their heads, and I don't know why. I don't know why they couldn't have. I don't know. It just seems. Take a look at that and tell me if that looks a little awkward. It's only if you're kind of staring at it. Like if you just look at the comic book and just take it in, and you're trying to, you know, appreciate it, you don't even notice it. I'm not even sure why I noticed it. And maybe that's just, you know, the artist. Maybe that's what he or she digs. You know, maybe it's a specific thing that's, you know, their I don't know, their design, whatever it may be. Galactus in the background. I mean, rock and roll. Love it, love it. So, of all the Ghostlight, this is probably my favorite, just because it's got I don't know, it just looks cool. And of course, you know, growing up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, Planet of the Apes was awesome. All right, so this is the set. So this is the Virgin and the, you know, these are Gabrielle Dell'Otto, the Virgin and the Trade. And of course, you know, most people typically like the Virgin, and I'm no different. And so I'll give you a close-up of that, see what you think. So again, this is the Singapore, see if I can get it right, just because I got it written down here. Singapore exclusive variant. It's Ghostlight #1. Again, Gabrielle Dell'Otto. And the story behind this, if I'm getting it correct, the reason why it took 6 months, is I guess when it came, there was some defect in the covers. Correct me if anybody knows the story if I'm wrong. But I think, if I'm remembering this correctly, that they had to detach the covers, send them back to prove that they purchased them. So this is big time collectibles. And then they could dispose of the rest of the book, because theoretically the rest of the book is worthless, right? And I suppose, you know, it's a good reader if somebody wants it. And then they would send replacements. But of course they probably had to wait for all that to come in, figure out what the number is, a lot for any mistakes, put in a new order, print them, and then ship them. And then if you had like what I also purchased, which is a Virgin 9.8, you probably got to wait for the grading of that. And since I get free shipping when I spend a certain amount at Big Time Collectibles, anything that I ordered in that was waiting along with it. So again, similar eyes on this one, but I like Dell'Otto. I think there's something like dark and kind of mysterious about most of the artwork that he does, and so I'm a fan, and I'm a fan of this. I love the reflection in the surfboard. I love the fact that he's just kind of chilling and taking a look at the universe. The background is nice. You know, he's in an asteroid belt, presumably, or something similar. Nice. I like it. And again, that's the trademark, which trade dress, which is the same book, just with a little text on the top. Condition-wise, this one's got a ding around the staple, but nothing, you know, too crazy. This one looks perfect. Again, of course, I don't know what the back looks like, but I mean, they're both very nice books. And again, I mentioned in a previous video that typically with unknown comics, you get a 9.6 or better. Typically, I mean, you'll run into a 9.2 or 9.4 here and there, but I mean, typically they're just great books. And Big Time Collectibles is the same thing. Very rarely do I get a book from them and say, what? I mean, usually when you look at it, you're like, you know what, that's a nice book. So this is the big daddy of it. So no surprises, you know, obviously, because I didn't send it out to be graded. It was sold this way. However, it is slick nonetheless, and happy to have it. I'm just looking on here to see if it says anything cool or unusual, but I do this all the time. I never have my glasses, but no, nothing unusual on here. But that's it. Short and sweet. Probably not as short as it should have been, but hopefully as sweet. All right. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me.